Back at it. Yeah.
Back at it.
Yeah.
Back at it. How you been, brother?
Uh,
I'm gonna sit this off to the side until I need it. I feel like it's weird
sure.
being here.
All right. Everything's been got a little sick, a little strep.
Yeah.
Got over that.
Fucked us up a little bit. You had strep, and then as soon as you got better from strep, it was my old lady's birthday. And I was like, okay, we really can't just bounce over there and just be fucking like recording and shit. So kind of did a little bit of break, but there was no fights. There was no fights that weekend.
It was the ideal time to for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably could have fought through the strep, but it's not worth you guys getting sick, children getting sick.
Yeah,
it's just not worth none of that. So
yeah, especially we didn't have. I mean, I guess there was a little bit to talk about. There's some like fight news and shit, so it kind of feels like old news now. I guess we can still hit some of it. They like since we've talked, Kayla Harrison got signed.
Yeah,
Kayla Harrison got signed. He got a fight booked for Holly Holm.
It's a big one. Yep.
UFC 300. Since we've last been on here, Benoit Saint Denis versus Poirier fell out and then was back on.
Yes.
But I heard that it was never even signed.
I heard that about a couple of them.
So it's like
that he's just been announcing fights and not before they're signed because he assumes that they're gonna accept it. And with Poirier, I saw Ariel Helwani was like, "Oh, he got the bag for that," because he said, "I'll reach out to my manager. I hadn't heard from him for a few days, and then I didn't know the fight was still on, but now the fight is on. So obviously, that was." He hadn't signed for. He's going to get some more money out of him, and I mean, rightfully so. He's at the top, and if you're going to fight down that low,
so that's a fucking nightmare, man. Not like a nightmare matchup for Dustin, but it's like nobody wants that fucking fight. Nobody wants that fight. That's a scary dude who's ranked low.
Crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's 155 is also a division with you got a couple dudes that are kind of chilling up top that have all fought each other maybe a couple times, and like it's just kind of. People are waiting out to see what's happening. Michael Chandler
very similar to 145.
It's a thing where, like, you know, in a world where like BSD puts it on DP, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's just acronyms now. You know what I mean?
Right,
but fucking saying that if he gets a big win, dude, like he could really break out. And at that point, there's a couple dudes, but I mean, do you think if he finishes Poirier, he's knocking on a title shot at that point? I guess depending on how things kind of work out, but you know, so yeah, that's a big risk. And whereas if Dustin beats him. Does that just automatically give him a title shot? Not necessarily, depending on what he looks like.
You just got knocked out, head kick by Justin.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it puts him in a spot. And the thing is, if Dustin comes out there and beats the fucking brakes off of I'm talking makes it like a real there are levels to it thing, a lot of people still won't see how impressive it is. A lot of people will be like, oh yeah, well you fucking, I guess he was just all a hype train, yada, yada, yada. And just don't understand like how impressive a performance like that would be. But yeah, it's just weird. It's weird with Dana doing that. I mean, that's a common promoter tactic.
Saw another one, and I don't even know if this is true, but I saw that Sean Brady and Vicente's off.
I don't know. I didn't see anything about that.
When the Poirier and then Benoit got said it's off. The first thing that popped up was that Ariel had said. I think it was Ariel. They were yesterday. It was Vicente and Brady. Now today it's Now today it is Dustin and Benoit.
Yeah. Is that the same card as well? Vicente Luque versus Sean Brady?
I think so. And then I believe when I looked it up, it said Sean Brady said, "Sorry, Luque, I got an injury that we're gonna push it back a month or two."
Okay. So it's injury, not as much of a contract thing. Because I didn't know it's like, man, the only one that I've heard so far that was like a not actually signed before it was released was that. Now, of course, they had the whole thing with like Connor and Chandler being signed or not signed.
I'm so tired of hearing about that.
And it's just like,
pick a day. Is it really International Fight
Week? But I don't know if I fucking believe that.
I don't think
it feels squirrely. That's a
weird
weird one.
I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna say, hey, 170's gone. We're doing 165.
You think that? So I had seen those rumors. So those have kind of made their rounds, but I don't know. That's just so many changes to make it one time. And dude, like for him to be like, "Hey, Leon, kick rocks till your fucking toes bleed." You know what I mean? Like, dude,
I think what I saw was that he would get the 175 belt automatically for that.
Okay, I guess that could be fair because I mean,
I think so. And then they do the 165 new belt would be for Connor and Chandler.
Dude, I like the idea. I mean, people have been saying it for a while. The idea that it kind of goes from 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 10 pounds to like a 15-pound jump, 15-pound. Like it gets kind of odd as it gets larger. Now, I guess you could make the argument that like when you're larger, 10 pounds is less of a percentage of your body weight. So like maybe it makes more sense to have larger jumps. But I don't know. I mean, we've seen dudes for a while that like a 65-pound division would have been good for, a 75-pound. So, you know, like Hamzat Chimaev. Imagine that guy at 175, like the 170s sticky for him. You know what I mean? 85. I mean, he's already a beast at 85, but a window like that could be really good.
Colby should be fighting at 165.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, Colby looks pretty lean at 70. You know,
he does, but I don't think he. I think he would hit harder than 165.
Yeah.
He don't hit. I mean, he probably hits hard, but he doesn't hit. He's one of them volume.
A death by 1,000 paper cuts.
So if he has 1,000 paper cuts, and he hits a little bit harder than the
and that's always that double trade off, because it's like if you deplete yourself too much, now you're not going to have the same kind of power. Versus if you can cut down, you're the big boy in the division. Now you're kind of bullying kids. But yeah, so dude, there's been a bunch of fights being announced, fights being fucking pulled. I'm trying to think of any more that I can think of off top. Any other big fight news? Son of a bitch.
I'm sure there was some. I thought I had some screenshotted or I had some like wrote, but I just can't remember.
Yeah, off top. But another big thing that there was no fights this past weekend, and your boy be fiending. You know what I mean? Like, it was already rough to go that little like 3 or 4 week stretch we had to before the first fight card of the year. Man, no fights last weekend. I was like, shit, dude, I got to do something. And so we're going to do a lot. We're planning on February 9th, which would be, shit, that's this Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Goddamn. Okay, so this Friday, planning on doing a live reaction video to the Power Slap.
Is that what it is?
Power Slap 6 or...
Is that when it is? It's Friday?
Yeah, okay. Friday, February 9th. And so I was like, look, man, it'd be cool, because I know they had the Road to the Title, which is like their Ultimate Fighter for like slapping. And I'm not going to be like a guy that sits here and like shits on slap fighting, but coming into this, I had a different opinion of it. You know what I mean? I'm a real sucker for shows. You fuck around and put a tournament on the line now. Like, now I'm into it. You put these guys in a house and make them drink, and now I get to like, oh, that guy's dad. Dude, everybody's dad was dead in slap fight. By the way, I binged the whole thing, binged all of it, so I would know like who the dudes were fighting in the finale or whatever. There's like everybody's dad's dead, dude. There's one guy who's like, my dad died when I was 10. Dude, like, my dad died when I was like fucking 2. One dude's dad died like before he was even born, and the other guy, it was just like, Jesus Christ. And then it's just like, does that make sense? Like, your dad dies, and you're like, I gotta start slapping motherfuckers, bro. I gotta start letting dudes slap me. It's such a weird trade-off. When I watched it, I don't want to say like I gained a bunch of respect. Like, here's the thing, dude. I think a lot of dudes are talking shit about slap fights that would not sit there and let a motherfucker smack the shit out of them. No, they're hitting You gotta give them that. These motherfuckers are willing to stand there and fucking eat a lick. Dude, some of these dudes are like seizing up. But the thing is, like, dude, you're just letting that guy just fucking... Dude, here's the thing.
It's so dangerous to me. Like, it's... Because you have to just stand there and let it happen.
Just eat it. And then, like, the guy knocks you out and he's like, boom! And you're like, all right. I mean, I kind of fucking gave you half of that, though, right? You know what I mean? Half of that KO was me just putting my hands behind my back and holding this pool noodle. But, like, my thing is, they still don't know the rules. I watched one, like, a year ago. It was like Power Slap 2 or something. So until watching the Road to Power Slap, that's the only one I'd ever seen. I was home one day, fucking just didn't have shit else going. I saw it was on YouTube on like the recommended, and I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna get high and watch Power Slap 2. I'm just gonna see what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. And I immediately realized, dude, half of the slaps are getting called for fouls. Like, no one knows the rules. They're like, he's clubbing. He's like, you can't, like, when you slap him, if your arm's like too far back, that's clubbing. Yeah. But what gets me is the biggest one they keep getting on is like stepping. So like when you slap them, you like can't move your fucking feet at all. And there's like a big like discrepancy. But like if a dude's heel comes up, if he turns it all, they're like, he's stepping, and it's like, is that what we're fucking? What's the point?
Right.
What at that point? Make them sit down and slap each other. If you're that worried about the legs moving, I don't know. To me, it's just like, I get that when you're turning, you can generate a lot more force. Also, isn't that kind of what you want? But I guess they're wanting to be like, look, let's take some of the force off so we can get a couple more slaps in. You know what I mean?
Right.
But still, it's just like, I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, if a 380-pound dude is smacking you in your fucking ear, I don't know how much he's got to really move his feet to fucking bomb on you. It just seems like a silly rule. It's like, if you foul twice as the slapper, you're DQ'd. But, like, dude, you still got to slap the fuck out of that guy twice. Like, at the end of the day, like, how much glory is lost when you're like, oh, no, I lost because I punched him. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's a weird... I will say though, props to the guys. It takes a real set of nuts to fucking just stand there and dude. Some of these cats are big. Yeah. Some of these dudes you're looking across from, you're like, all right, this motherfucker is built out of oak, bro. A lot of fucking big Samoan thing, dude. Yeah. Samoan cats, dude. Absolutely not trying to run up on a Samoan cat in no slap fight. But there was a. Have you caught any of it?
I have not seen any of it like live. I've seen clips of it on Facebook. I saw that there was one of the guys that was a champion in one of the divisions was from Arkansas. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, dude. I think his name's Wolverine. See, he was on Power Slap too. Yeah. I fucks with that boy Wolverine, dude. I fucks with him tough, That's bro. Cool. I bet he slapped the shit out of somebody up in Arkansas, dude. God damn it, bro. Thug Nasty. Yeah. Dude, hey, that's what we need to do. We need to get a little video together with Thug Nasty hanging out with Wolverine, dude. Those boys going at it.
I've just watching the clips of it. I'd like to watch it live just to see, but it's like, man, you see some of them that they get hit once, and it'll rock them, and then as they get hit more and more, they don't get rocked anymore. I'm like, bro, how?
Dude, some of these dudes like tap into the anger. Dude, some of it, like I'm telling you, bro. I mean, a lot of it, I was real high watching it, and it's just, but I was like, just glued to it, man, because the dudes will get to talking shit at the house. Like, dude, these guys also loved getting in fist fights in the house. And there was there's two at one point. There's two guys both named Garrett. They're both in the house, and they start fucking jawing at each other. One Garrett is a lot more like wanting this to be an issue than the other one. Like it's to the point where Garrett G gets up and walks off, and Garrett B like follows him in the kitchen. He's like, "You're not fucking worth the shit, dude. You're a fucking pussy. You're fat for 205. You ain't got fucking nothing on you." He's just like going, and the dude's like, "Yo, chill out," and he's like, right. "Fuck you, pussy." And so they fucking square up. They get to square it up in the damn kitchen. And someone's like, Garrett. Or they're yelling Garrett. And they're like, which one? And I'm like, okay, dude, are we fighting or not? And then they fucking come to blows, dude. Garrett good guy, as they fucking dubbed him. Fucking he throws a little 3-piece. It sucked. It was a real shitty 3-piece. It was a bad fight. The full weird 3-piece that the guy like kind of blocked. And then as people are breaking it up, Garrett G gets one good little fucking thump right in that dickhead's nose, dude, and busts his shit up. He's fucking spewing blood out of his nose. Oh. It cuts to a side interview. This dude's nose is stitched up. And he's like, he does that thing where he's trying to be a tough guy. You can see he goes, well, he fucking busted my nose. I'm gonna need stitches. And it's like, okay. You know what I mean? So he's sitting there, he's like, fucking pussy. And it cuts to a side interview of him, and he's got like both of his eyes are blacked out. He's got stitches, and he goes, if I see that fucking pussy in a slap fight, dude, I swear to God, there's only one Garrett coming out. And it's like, yo, I've never seen someone get beat up and be like, yo, if we were just taking turns slapping each other, though, that wouldn't have fucking happened. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of these slap fights, dudes afterwards are like, yeah, bro, but if it was a fight, I'd got him. But, like, not this guy. This guy's opposite. He's like, dude, fucking slap fighting's my domain. Garrett, fucking, I don't even know his last name. I think he won some of the slap fights, so apparently pretty decent slapper. You know what I mean? Not a good fighter in a kitchen guy, though.
That's funny.
So it's some characters. There was those dudes, and then fucking the other dude, and he probably won't even be at the slap fight thing. There's this dude, misses weight, which didn't know that was a thing in slap fighting. This dude cuts weight and gets sick doing it. He's like trying to cut to 170. He starts throwing up after he makes weight. So they're like, you're not medically cleared to like slap tomorrow. And they're like, we got to find someone that can make 170 on a day's notice. And let me pull up for you, dude. Let me actually show you. Now we're gonna break it out, because this guy goes by the name of Ed Slambo.
Ed Slambo.
Yeah, dude. He goes. Let's see. Fuck yeah, dude. Ed Slambo. Let me just show you a picture of this guy first. Ed Slambo, dude. Ed Slambo comes in. He's like, my name's Ed Slambo. Dude, hold on.
He kind of looks like my cousin.
He kind of looks like Michael Harris, dude.
Michael Harris
got engaged, left a woman at the altar, and said, I'm Edward Slambo now. That was like his whole fucking thing. So Edward Slambo comes in on a day's notice, and the whole thing is like, who the fuck is this guy? He's like, this is the character I go by named Ed Slambo. He's like, I'm just gonna come in here, I'm gonna fuck him up. As soon as he comes in the house, I guess like the producers told all the dudes, hey, Slambo's been talking shit. So when Slambo comes in, the dudes like bum rush him, and this bald guy here that he's fucking got to fight against.
Johnny Sins?
Johnny Sins, dude, yeah, Irish Johnny Sins comes up on him, dude. He fucking headbutts him, kind of like knocks his glasses off and shit. Let me pull up this slap, dude. So they have their fucking. Shut the.
There you go, Slambo.
Dude, bro, Slambo killed him. I really hate how lackluster that was. When I was watching the thing, I thought it was going to be like the video of it. So it brings him in. They like line up for their fight. He gets first slap. Dana White's watching. And you're sitting there because it shows him and he's like, I feel like I'm on a mission from Jesus Christ himself right now. And I'm telling myself, either this dude gets killed the first hit or he's got like the God touch.
Right.
And sure enough, dude, it's like got this like ominous, like Godzilla music building up. And it shows Dana like camera right here. And he just watches him and then the slap happens. And dude, Dana's face, he just gets this like cringe, like what the fuck did I just watch? And it was like the same face that I made. When he slapped him, dude, I don't know. The build-up was so much better watching the actual show. Dude, he hits him so fucking hard. And then he, like, comes back. He's, like, he's stacking up Crip on the way down. And Slambo, like, looks concerned for a minute. And then it cuts to me. He goes, for a minute, I almost felt bad about slapping that Irish piece of shit. But he almost broke my $300 sunglasses, and that's unforgivable. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? So it cuts to Slambo. Slambo's supposed to go to, like, the finals or the semifinals. Right. And then at weigh-ins, he just quits. He's like, I'm done. Every night I would go to sleep, I just kept seeing that Irish guy fall down over and over again. He's like, I'm just going to take the paycheck they already gave me. I'm just going to leave. So it's like, dude, the biggest one. He's like the Zabit of fucking slap fight. Dude. What would have happened if Slambo wouldn't have backed out?
Wouldn't have gave up.
Yeah. Needless to say, didn't mean to get on a fucking that long of a power slap tangent. I'm kind of goddamn stoked for this Friday. Fuck around and just see some dudes slap the shit out of each other.
It's pretty cool.
And the fucking coaches are the main event. It's kind of like the Ultimate Fighter used to be. The KO, really? Yeah, they have coaches. You're like they're just like usually
smack them a little harder.
Yeah, really put that thing. Don't move that fucking foot. And it's just like the funny thing about it. I don't know if the dudes had beef before. It's a dude named Manny Muniz and a dude named they call him KO Chris. And
I think I've heard of KO.
And I guess he's knocked out everybody that he's ever slapped in his whole life. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think for sure he has.
Yeah, dude, he walks by, he smacks his wife on the ass, dude. She's in a fucking chair for a week, bro. Like, do not play with this man's bare hands, bro. The palms, dude. Palms of pain. But he sees Manny, like, day one. And the cameras are there. And he, like, runs up on Manny. And he's like, what's up, motherfucker? No one's here. Let's get it. And Manny's like, yo, there are people here, bro. Like, there's cameras. And that's about as far as he gets. And Chris punches him twice in his fucking mouth, dude. He hits him with a quick little 1-2, dogs him. Manny's like, hey, what the fuck? And he's like, you're asking for it, Chris. And Chris is like, let's go, motherfucker, let's go. You want to bully me? He's like, convinced that Manny bullied him. I don't know what he did. Manny in the interviews is like, yo, I've never even talked to this guy, bro. But he's convinced. He calls him a bully the whole season. He's like, you want to bully me, bitch? And Sean Strickland's in there, and it shows him in the corner just dying fucking laughing. If this motherfucker just going, you want to bully me, motherfucker? Bullies don't make it. The 3 points in this season, he gets real close and like pushes Manny up in a wall. And he's like, hey, listen here, motherfucker, you want to bully me? And they're like, stop, just slap each other. Like, what the heck? This is crazy. I will say, I'm fucking stoked to see these dudes slap the shit out of each other because Manny gives me like real Dylan Dennis vibes. And I'm kind of ready to see that boy KO Chris put him to sleep. And like, I don't know. He kind of took all the dubs all season anyway. Like, Manny kind of just got punched in the mouth and, like, let it happen. It was like, we got to slap. I don't know. It was just fucking, I'm kind of rooting for that boy Chris. He seemed like a good dude. Funny. In, like, the side interviews. He seemed like a good coach. He, like, was, like, really trying to help the dude. So, not that Manny wasn't. But, yeah, when they slap each other, I hope that Chris fucking kind of puts him down.
Just sleep.
Yeah. Just a little, and he has, like, the little fucking celebration. He's like, oh, he has, like, a little dance. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Hey.
I think I know which one KO Chris. Which one is KO Chris?
He's a white dude, got a bunch of neck tats. That's probably 80% of the roster, though, for Slap Fight. I could have given you a better description. I'll pull up a little picture of him. KO Chris. Shit, the final slap. I wonder what this is about. If this is like their version of 24/7.
Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain. You ever taken Alpha Brain?
No.
They got on that shit for like a month. I kind of felt a little sharper. I was getting. Really? We did riddles up at work. I was fucking crushing riddles. But honestly, man, I'm already one of the smartest men that's ever lived. So didn't really need it.
Didn't make you think anything of it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's one of those things. I'm already kind of firing on full. What the fuck's happening, bro?
I don't need to see Ding Dong, Big Jeeves, and
come on, man. Where's that boy Chris at, dude? These are the guys covered. Who? Yeah, who? I thought you were just giving them names. I didn't know the guy's actual name was Ding Dong and Big Jeeves. Fuck yeah, I bet Ding Dong slaps hard as fuck.
He just looks like
Ding Dong. I wouldn't want to slap him in the face. Also, are there rules to like washing the hands first? Or can you fucking like scrode up before you go out there? You know what I mean? Say load out with your scrode out, smack them up on a Harry style, dude.
Pour something on it.
Shit. Let me see if I can find a picture of this guy. Nonetheless, yeah, here we go.
That's him.
He's on the left. He's on the left. Okay. Oh, also, dude, you're on the show.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. Let me find what the fucking dude's name was. Logan something. Power slap. Was it road to the slap?
I haven't watched anything, so I don't
know. Yeah, bro, that's you, dude. You are slapping fools, bro.
Green Hog.
Kill shot,
heavyweight,
dude.
Bro. He's a heavyweight.
Dude, when I saw him, I was like, when I saw him and I saw heavyweight, I was like, yo, you don't look that big. You're going to get killed. Dude, fucking slaps dudes. He's slapping fools out here. He's not bad at it. Kind of an old thick cat, though.
He's a big dude.
Kind of an old big boy. Yeah, wild sport, dude. What a game. But that is Friday, man. And I'm stoked for it. We're going to have a little drink, kick it, and watch some grown men slap the shit out of each other. There was another dude from Arkansas on this season. He was like, I got like 8 kids, and I fucking just need to slap somebody, make some money for him. And he got fucking knocked out in the first round. I think he went against Logan Killshot, and Logan just slapped the shit out of him. And he's just like, all right. What was that?
I don't know.
But okay. They're going to slap, man. I'm stoked on it. But there were some fights. Not last night, but the night before last. Thoughts on the overall card, man? UFC Fight Night, Dolidze versus Imavov.
I wasn't too impressed, honestly. It was kind of lackluster. It didn't suck.
No, I wouldn't say it was a shitty card.
It wasn't.
It had a couple little pops.
It did. It just like almost like that one right there. Urbina. I like Gilbert Urbina, and he was on Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah,
and
I like
he was
Gilbert.
just. I knew. I hoped that he would win, but during the season he was so timid. He's just kind of like he doesn't give himself a chance. You can see when he goes in there, he's not pumped up, ready to go. He's not confident. He doesn't give himself a chance, and that's exactly what happened when he got in there with that crazy fool there.
Dude, Radke's kind of fucking nuts, man.
And it's Gilbert has the tools, and
Gilbert's as good as they come. It's weird because the way that he got dropped, I think it might have been the first knockdown, not the second.
Yeah.
Was the exact same way that Trayshawn Gore dropped him. That same left hook.
Yep.
And so I need to go back and watch, because I want to say that when Gilbert got dropped against Radke, he was going to throw an uppercut and got hit. Like his own left uppercut got hit with the left hook. I don't know what he was throwing.
And once he gets hit
Trayshawn,
he does not guard anymore against the left.
Well, when he got bombed on, I know for sure against Trayshawn, but and as well with the Radke fight, dude, you get hit like that, like recovering is just being able to make it back to his feet the first time.
Yeah,
was kind of surprised he was able to do that, but then got hit with the same shot, dude.
Same one.
But
that happened on Ultimate Fighter when he would get touched, his hands would then come down, and he's like, now I need to shoot.
It's like, trying to survive
now you're not even gonna attempt to block it all anymore, and it's out the window.
Yeah.
And that's just where he loses all confidence, and I hated that for him because I like Gilbert, but
I
don't mind Charles Radke. He's a crazy dude. I like watching him fight.
The motherfucker's wild, dude. So I didn't remember this. So this guy, there was an issue with him at UFC 293, because I can't remember who he had fought, but he had won a decision. I think it might have been maybe a kind of a boring decision and people were booing, or maybe they were booing.
Oh yeah, and then he said, "Fuck all y'all pussies, y'all some."
Yeah, he called them pussies. Think he dropped a little F-bomb on them. He did. The F-bomb now, the new F-bomb. Hit him with that F-bomb 2.0.
Yeah, and then he said, "Come down here and fight me."
And then Manel Kopp came out and was like, "Yo, that's what we're doing tonight." That's the same night Manel Kopp was doing it, and it was like, "Yo, dude, everybody, it's like the most homophobic sport on TV tonight." You know what I mean? So Radke, did you hear about what happened with his post-fight interview this time?
No.
I haven't seen the video of it. Apparently he comes in, sits down, tells the interviewers like, hey, hurry the fuck up. I'm not getting paid to be here. Like, I should be getting paid. This is kind of some bullshit. If you got some fucking questions, ask him. And nobody asked him shit. And he sat there for, I guess, like a minute and left. His whole thing was like 2 minutes. coming in to fucking walking out.
Douche.
Comes in, just kind of shits on
that is your chance to get your name out there and either talk some shit or be a good dude and build something up for yourself. And you're being a twat about it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now unless he's trying to get heat, in which case that was a genius way to get it. You know what I mean? If you're like, okay, like Colby Covington comes out and says a bunch of brass shit, but it's like, hey man, if that looks too phony, sometimes dudes look like Colby Covington will come out and say shit where you're like, oh, you're trying to get heat. Mm-hmm. You're trying to piss people off. Doing something like this, if this is just a character, he could just be an asshole. But like, if this is a character, almost a genius way to do it, because it's like, I'm not even gonna fucking have the interviews. Like I can play this whole like I don't have to fucking.
Because you've never seen even the people that talk the good shit, McGregor, Colby Covington, whether it be John Jones, they always come and they do the interview afterwards, and they give honest and they just give honest their answers. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about what you think. You're hey, fuck you. Fuck this interview. That's crazy to me.
That was wild. I feel like it's gonna go backwards. Like people aren't gonna want to do interviews with you now. I would assume. Like, do you think Megan O'Leary wants to do a sit down with you before your next fight? Yeah. And it's like you're not necessarily getting paid to be there, sure, but you're gonna get paid like if you can open up opportunities with this, if you can make yourself more marketable. I know that clearly there's like limits with how much they can do with sponsorships, but you see like Monster sponsor some of the athletes. Granted, I know there's like issues with fighter paying with the sponsorships, and Monster especially, I think there was some issues with like how much they're paying. But regardless, it's just, I don't know. I feel like you're only hurting yourself financially
being stupid
by being like, hey, I'm not that marketable.
Then what if Laura Sanko doesn't want to do interviews with you anymore? Yeah. If she doesn't want to bring you on a let's talk about your life. Let's build you up for your next fight. Now you're not going to get that. I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and also you got to think about it from Dana's point of view. If you're not the kind of guy that wants to do media and this is how you're going to act, why would we want you to headline a fight night? Why would we want to put you in a headline or a co-main event in the future if you're not going to help sell it? Because they had the same issue with the Diaz brothers when they wouldn't want to do media, and Dana didn't like that shit. And at least the Diaz's like had names. Granted, like Nate's name ended up getting bigger kind of after some of that shit. But yeah, Dana's never really liked it when people refuse media.
He doesn't care what you say at the interview. You can say whatever you want to, have your opinion, but don't say, I'm not getting paid to be here. Fuck you if you got questions to ask me. And I wouldn't ask you a question. Yeah, no, so now you get to leave. You're not getting any publicity from me. I mean, at least go out there and say, like Marshawn Lynch, when he got asked when he was on the Seahawks. Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was him that said
that. Exactly. I think it was. Exactly, man. I mean, just something like that. And I don't know what Dana's even said. I don't know if Dana's like upset about it. He might be, might not be. I doubt it, because it's like he's the opening fight on the main card of a fight night that's in the Apex. So it's like, okay, you don't want to do post-fight media. Who gives a fuck? But I
just won't put you on a pay-per-view.
You're not making yourself that marketable. You're not going to get put on an international fight week where they expect you to all come out and be on like a stage with like other people. You know what I mean? Like sell the fight.
Saudi Arabia, and I mean, it's crazy.
It's kind of a. Let me see. Well, let me pull him up real quick and see like. So he's 9-3. How many fights he's had in the UFC?
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. It is Blood just Diamond. Those 2. Yeah. Back in September, he had
Blood
the decision
Diamond.
with Blood Diamond,
and then
knocked out Urbina. I mean, so yeah, I guess kind of see where they go from there with him. But it'd be interesting to see who they match him up against, like how Dana feels about it. Do they give him like a?
That's a welterweight, so that's 170.
Chuck Buffalo. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking like that name, dude. That's a cool name. I didn't
know that was what they called it. I heard cool,
they were saying something Buffalo, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I didn't know it was Chuck Buffalo, dude.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That sounds like a porn star, brother. That sounds like a pizza delivery man with some extra sausage, bro. That boy Chuck Buffalo, son. That sounds like a Native American porn star, really. Fucking Chief Lane pipe, Chuck Buffalo. That's good shit, man.
Chuck Buffalo.
Buff Chuckalo, dude.
It's funny.
That boy Buff Chuckalo, man. Don't put it past him.
Charles Radke. So down there on these prelims.
Yeah. Let's backtrack. Any honorable mentions on these prelims?
Man. I'll be honest.
I think power clapped up. We skipped all over the fucking prelims.
I think the only one.
Yeah. TBH. Good on these first couple.
Yeah, I didn't.
The main one.
That one. Well.
Which one?
I was gonna say the featherweight out there, but it wasn't that great either. It was.
Dude, for me, like Thimble Garimbo getting the knockout, that was a big moment. That was a high moment. That was you could almost argue a bit of a fast stoppage, but I understood why the stoppage happened. but he scrambled up to his feet pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Then he kind of grabbed Herb's leg. So that's a little bit odd.
Can't do that. You do that, Herb's gonna be like, okay, he might not be here.
You know what I mean? But also, like, you're getting popped on and, like, you're trying to get up. Like, right. I get it. So it was kind of weird. But he didn't really contest it. So I didn't really feel that bad about it. Right. But yeah, dude, Thimba Garimbo comes in there. But that boy, Gimba Thorimbo, fucking 20 to 32 seconds. You think The Rock's going to buy him another house? Think he gets a second one for that?
The Rock's kind of, so, dude, The Rock is doing such crazy things while we're getting, just because they're throwing him in here. This dude is doing so much in the world right now. Do you understand, like, what he has going on?
I don't. I know he's got the Project Rock sneakers, and he's not paying the fighters to wear them.
Okay, so you got that, but so he just got made to the board. They put him on the board.
Just
of the UFC and WWE. They put him on the board of directors.
Oh, okay. I forgot about the TKO group. That would make a lot more sense.
They put him on the board, okay? And then, so he's co-owner or one of the owners of the USFL XFL merger, or the football league that's not NFL. The people that you go there and with hopes to get back in the NFL.
Yeah.
They merged. He's like co-owner of that.
Okay.
And now
he was real big in XFL whenever they were bringing that back.
XFL and then I'm gonna say USFL, or either that's what it's called now. They merged and made the whatever football league is now, both of them. And so he's like co-owner of that with some other big, rich people. And then I seen yesterday, I think it was yesterday, this fool went back to WWE and is going to be in like SummerSlam or SmackDown or something.
Fuck yeah.
He was face to face with his cousin,
Roman Reigns. Yeah, it's like his nephew or cousin or something.
When he came out, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And I don't even watch wrestling like that, but the clip was going around and it was like, "Oh my!"
Yeah,
Ariel Hawani said something, "Oh my!" And it was like he walks up, they don't say nothing, and they're just face to face. And I'm thinking, "That's a big cat now."
Hey, they're big as fuck, son. They're big. Because here's the thing, dude. You see, like, those dudes on there, the littlest guy is, like, 6'2". You know what I mean? Like, huge. The little pipsqueak bitch is, like, bigger than your dad. You know what I mean? Like, and then you see, like, Roman... Dude, that's a big cat. Because I went to Raw in person a few years back. Me and my cousin went. And
see, I've never been
to that motherfucker. I went to SmackDown when I was, like, a little kid. Had never gone. Really fell out of watching wrestling, like, when I, like, started watching UFC and shit when I was, like, 10. As soon as Brock Lesnar quit wrestling... I was like, all right, this is kind of a little whack, right? And then, like, he started fighting, and I was like, oh, shit, that's a thing? And then so I kind of dove right into that. Found The Ultimate Fighter Season 5, like, became, like, a huge fan at that point. And I really didn't watch wrestling again until, like, I don't know, I was probably, like, 20. And a wrestling video game came out, and I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, dude, I used to play the fuck out of some wrestling games when I was a kid. And I really don't play any video games now. And I was like, dude, I want to get that game. But I don't know any of these fuckers in the commercial. So I was like, I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble. Was like in 2 weeks, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna try to get back into it, and it's like just couldn't do it. Like you'll try, but it just sucks now, man. And maybe it's just because I'm not a kid. Maybe it's because the writing's bad now. But like, dude, as a kid, it was nuts, man. Fucking Stone Cold was pouring concrete in Vince McMahon's limo and shit. Like shit was wild. Now it's like fucking real gimmicky.
I did watch Logan Paul's. Because I like Logan Paul. The dude is an athlete.
The dude's good as fuck. He's good in the ring.
He's the American, United States champion. I think Logan Paul is.
I think so.
Nowadays, he's good.
I'll watch the big two. Like I watched the Royal Rumble like last weekend. Nothing else was on. I was like, fucking dude, I'll throw the Royal Rumble on. But like I just can't pull myself to like watch week to week.
Right.
At least like if I watch the Royal Rumble and then I'll watch WrestleMania and then I'm kind of good. Yeah, I might watch SummerSlam like 4 months later, but it's like, I don't know. And even for those, it's just like, I don't know. It's fun to throw on, but then you're watching. It's not the same. Once you really watch a lot of UFC, you're like, no, it's fucking, you know what I mean? The shitty move, you just see like moves that aren't landing, and you're like, this fucking sucks, dude.
Right.
This fucking, not even bleeding anymore. When I was a kid, they would blade, so dudes would just be like fucking bleeding to death in the ring, and that's not a thing anymore. Now when someone bleeds, it's like an accident, and they like cut the camera away from it, and it's like, fucking give it to me.
I want that. That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But dude, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, I like if people are hurting each other in it, I'm at least mildly interested. You know what I mean? Like you could put a.
I don't need all the extra show. We're in the background fighting in the outside of a limousine, door, or what'd you say? You can't get me while I'm in the ring. I'm gonna get you back here and throw a couple punches. I don't need none of that. Just show me the main match. Yeah. Let's get over with. I just want to see who won.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Wrestling was just. I feel like some of the shit they did, dude. Fucking like Mark Henry like impregnated Mae Young and she like gave birth to a glove and. Dude, wrestling, when it gets weird,
it's really weird.
Fucking falls off the edge of the earth weird, dude. Have you ever heard of the gobbledygooker?
No.
It's hands down the shittiest, like, pro wrestling gimmick they ever did. It was an angle they did back in, like, the 80s or some shit, where, like, they had this big pay-per-view coming up, and they were like, they brought this big egg out, and they just, like, had it up on the stage for, like, weeks. Each week, it would just, like, pop over to this egg, and they'd be like, and what's going to come out of this egg at Survivor Series? And it was like this big thing they kept building up, like, who's in the egg? What's going on? And then come Survivor Series, the big payoff was that the egg breaks open, and this dude in, like, a bird, in, like, a fucking, let me pull this picture up, in, like, a bird wrestling costume comes out. Gobbledygooker. Yeah, bro, the fucking gobbledygooker comes out. And that was like it. He was like I don't even know. I feel like that night, the reception of it was so bad that they just never brought him out again or ever brought it up. But this was supposed to be the big payoff. He comes out of this fucking egg right here. And everyone was so sad, dude. There's no way that anyone was rocking with it. Are these dudes wearing MAGA hats in the 80s?
I can't tell. Maybe yeah, the gobbledygooker.
Yeah, dude. Make the gobbledygooker great again, bro. That's the hat I'm trying to get. MGGGGGG. But fucking, yeah. Gobbledygooker.
I never heard of that, huh?
Yeah. Fucking pro wrestling, dude. Pro wrestling. What a weird I don't know. But fucking yeah, either way, back to the prelims.
So the only other prelim that I enjoyed was the Molly McCann one. That's really it.
The Maxim versus Johnson fight was fun. A lot of scrambles, a lot of back and forth. Yeah, it was exciting that Johnson, I don't know what he was. He's only a plus 160 underdog coming into it, but I thought it was cool that he was the underdog, beating the guy 17-0.
Oh, that is right. Yeah, I did want to see him, and he was so at the beginning of that dude looked so shitty. Like he was just trying to take him down, and he could not. It's like this is all you got. He was getting tagged up in like I think it was the first round, and he kept trying to take Johnson down, and he just couldn't. And I was like, man, you're 17-0. Granted, I'm not one to talk, but like you should have a whole bag full of tricks and things that you can do. You shouldn't just be so one-dimensional that when you can't take him down, you're just getting beat up.
And I want to say that was his debut, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was.
Let me see. Maybe not. But I didn't think that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. No.
I guess he had the one in July.
Tyson 9, maybe Tyson 9. Split decision. So it was. I mean.
Yeah, so I mean, you kind of wonder like the 17-0, like really who all that comprised of, you know, and
what was that, some tuna cans?
See some of these dudes come in, fucking fighting a bunch of cab drivers, and
right.
they'll build it up. Not to say that's necessarily what it was. I'm not 100% with his resume, but
right.
But yeah, a fun fight. Like to see that from Charles Johnson, the owner of the worst haircut in the UFC. And I'm not hating, brother. I got essentially no haircut. I have like the haircut. Like I have hair cut. You know what I mean? Cut hair. I have cut hair, but. He has cut, like, all the hair except for the shittiest part of it. He's like, I just want the bowl and, like, a ponytail. God, when dudes do just a tough pony that's already wild, but he goes, like, my grandpa whiskers right into fucking pony. But, I mean, when you can chunk them bones like that, I guess he probably honestly wears it like that for extra sparring. You know what I mean? You cut your shit like that, it's like, I'm going to get in a couple fights today. Motherfuckers are going to be looking at me. It's the opposite of Max Holloway strategies. I'm just going to get a bad haircut. I'm going to get some extra rounds in. You know what I mean? But Charles Johnson. And then Molly McCann fight.
Yeah, she did her thing.
Diana Belbita.
Her debut at strawweight. God, she looked so.
She looked good.
But she was so swollen, like sucked in.
A little sunk in. Which, I mean, you're going to look a little sunk in making weight regardless. But yeah, when I saw the before and after picture, the pictures of her at 25 versus 15, dude, she at the very least looked a lot leaner and just looked like she was taking her nutrition and her fitness a little bit more serious. Dude, she beat the fucking brakes off her, dude, pillar to post, dude, from the word go. Yep. Dude, here with a spinning back elbow, thought she was gonna get the little 3 feet on that. That's her calling card, bro. Yeah. I mean, she beat her up, Got the armbar with 1 second left.
Too. It was like sideways, crooked. Like
it was awkward.
Bent so far.
Super awkward, man. But just pulled for it and got the tap with the second left, man. It was impressive. It was super impressive. So yeah, it'll be cool.
And then she was very calm and cool in the afterwards, which is usually she's kind of hyped up. Oh, I got talk. Yeah. She didn't. She was very laid back and chill, and it was. I enjoyed it.
I feel like there was a bit of pushback on her for a minute because one of my buddies had messaged me about the card. He's like, man, I can't believe the Molly's this far down the card, which she really wasn't that far down. I mean, she was the featured prelim, which I felt like was kind of appropriate for about like where she was at because I feel like
she was winning, and then she like lost.
When they put her with Patty, and they like anytime he fought, they wanted her to fight too, and it was like a package deal. And I get what they were doing. But there was clearly just two different receptions and two different personalities.
Well, then he kept winning and she did not.
Yeah, she had a couple tough losses.
And then it was like, oh, we can't just keep putting you with Patty. Exactly. You're not. He's going up. You're not. He was
consistently winning. And also, like, I feel like they were kind of giving her, not necessarily just much harder matches than him, but like, who did she lose? She lost to like
the
Aaron Blanchfield or somebody. Didn't she lost to somebody like very good?
It was either Blanchfield.
Blanchfield. Blanchfield beat her,
and then Stolarenko.
And then Stolarenko beat her. Yeah. So like she's going against tougher names.
And she got submitted back-to-back times. I mean it.
Yeah. Round one, both of them both of them were first round subs. And but again, dude, Blanchfield's a fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
Stolarenko just.
She fought on that card. On
that card. Okay. I didn't know if it was on the card or the last card.
I think she lost. Go down a little bit.
Did she? She fought.
Look, Carolina.
No, she won. Wait, no. Yeah, lost.
Got knocked out.
Knocked out
8 days left.
Right there at the very end.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, Molly McCann. I mean, it's interesting. She's at 115 now. I don't think they need to try to like fucking rush her.
No,
you know what I mean? But it's tough. There's a bit of a name, but I think that like she's doing better. She's being quieter about it.
Who's the? That's
115. That would be Zhang Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
Zhang Weili. I'm not trying to be offensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard it both ways. But yeah, that is her domain right now. That is her territory. So don't fucking put a rocket on her and try to make that fight happen anytime soon.
No, Weili is nothing nice.
Yeah.
She throws so fast and throws so hard and throws so much.
A scary woman, dude. That's a scary woman, dude. She's built like a little fucking cinder block, bro. Just a little fucking like Machop, dude. That's what she looks like, Machop. But fucking dude, Molly looked good.
Yeah, she did.
I saw people talking shit like, this is a setup fight for her to win, and it's like, was it?
Belbita is not bad.
Coming off 2 first-round submissions, I don't know how much of a setup fight you can have. She didn't fight fucking CM Punk.
You want to give her Blondie from the weight class above her. Fucking damn, I forgot her name. The former champion.
Oh, you doing Shevchenko?
Yeah, you want to give her?
Yeah. Throw her Shevchenko. Might as well. Let's see what happens. So I don't know. People, how MMA fans, bro, they're overly critical. You can't please anybody. So we already talking
about her being in Radke.
So the
next one, I was actually really wanting to see this one because I like the Kizriev, if that's how you pronounce it, because I think he was undefeated or he only had like one loss going into it.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what happened. I just know brother, I was watching, and then I looked away, and then I came back, and it was like, he could not continue it.
It was pretty rough eye poke.
That's what it was.
Pretty nasty one, because they showed it in slow motion, and dude, like, its whole fucking shit was inside of his eyelid. Scratched him up pretty good. 11 seconds in.
So they'll probably remake that fight.
I would hope they would remake it. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, you don't want him to do it like next week and have to cut weight again. Which was that middleweight? Yeah, you don't want to like cut weight again. Maybe they could agree to like do a fucking like catch weight or something and not have to cut the weight. Maybe fight at like 205 or what I mean, something like that.
Right.
But if in worst case they could push it back 3-4 weeks and maybe I guess reconvene at that point. But yeah, I think that makes most sense matchup wise for both guys. But not a whole lot to comment on. But I was excited to see how it played out. But it was over before it began.
So the Silva and the Arajal fight, I thought. I don't even know what my thoughts were on this. Like, it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't just like a knockdown, drag out fight. I thought it was fun. Silva's just sneaky, dude. She's so fucking fast.
Yes,
she's so quick, and I really thought that Araujo was going to be able to close the distance and maybe like clinch her up and slow her down, but it didn't happen at all.
No. And
she was way too fast for her.
It was weirding me out because I thought Araujo was going to win, and I was like, man, you just can't do anything right now.
No, she was fighting underwater against her, and Silva never really slowed down. I mean, it was just yeah, dude. I mean, kind of, and I like when she fought Andrea Lee. I don't necessarily that I thought that like Lee was going to run over, but I think
I did think Lee was going to run over her.
She surprised me against Lee. So I mean, she's kind of on a bit of a sneaky little streak here. Let me see, what's that? How many fights is that?
4, 5.
Yeah,
I mean 5 fights. Won all of them since she got into the UFC.
Yeah, so 5-fight win streak. I mean, like that's impressive. So
I mean, next up, they're going to be giving her somebody ranked, I would think.
Yeah, I was going to say, is she ranked? It doesn't look like it. Let's see. No, she is. Yeah, no, number 9.
Oh yeah, number 9. So they're gonna be giving her. I mean, you got to give her somebody in the top, probably like number 5, I would think.
Let's see where they're at. Let's see who's matched up. Strawweight.
Is that was that strawweight?
Was it strawweight? That would have been flyweight. Yeah, that is flyweight. Yeah, so she's she's
who did Shevchenko take the belt back from?
No, she's not taking it back yet.
What? Oh, no, she's number 1. She's number 1. Okay,
yeah, she's number 1 contender.
Yeah,
and they've got a No, they already had the rematch. Is Shevchenko booked?
She's not booked. She's not booked right now.
Okay.
So I think you could give Chukagian I think is you give her number 5.
Jessica Andrade. Did Andrade just have a fight, or she booked? They just booked her for 300.
That's right.
So
okay, then you might give her
Rodriguez.
Well, then you might give her Macy.
Yeah. Let me see.
Number 6. You give her Macy Barber.
Macy's booked.
Is she? March. This week.
No, March 9th.
That's right. That's February.
Yeah.
March 9th.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I think Chukagian is.
Chukagian's got a fight.
Wait, what?
Why is there?
Wait, hold on.
What's her last name? Sir Minara. Did she get married? I think her last name might have changed. That is a little weird. Because I remember when I was looking at the Sir Minara, I was like, it looks like Chukagian.
I thought Chukagian had a fight booked again. So it is. She has a booked against Macy Barber.
Macy. Okay.
So then it would probably and then Fiora.
What about Hebus? Hebus is against
Namajunas.
Goddamn. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta play it out and I mean, a lot of these fights are about to happen.
What about
like the next couple weeks?
Manon?
She's booked, I think, against Blanchfield. Yes, yeah, against Blanchfield.
Jesus, man, everybody.
So it's one of those things where
wait.
A lot of these are going to be over by the end of March into April. So I mean, she could wait a month or two. All these fights have played out. She fights one of the winners of one of these big matchups. And yeah, dude. I mean, the next couple fights, she could be kind of right there knocking on the door. So there's that.
Either that or Valentina. Fight. That's about it. You got Valentina's the only one left.
Oh God, yeah. Valentina's not booked. I wouldn't
too
jump
much
that far.
That's too much for you.
Yeah. Next fight, man, we had Randy Brown versus Muslim Salikov. Dude, that's knockout of the night.
This is awesome.
The way he floated off, he steps in with the jab, and you see him just inching off to the left, bombs with the right hand. Dude, it was such a slick fucking.
You don't realize how long and lanky and tall he is. And I was like, golly, man, this dude really got the reach on these folks, don't he?
But he generates pop. Like, he uses the length. Like, you'll see some dudes are long, and
calm,
they just tap. He turns his hips over, dude, in the footwork, the boxing footwork, to set the angle up and put the right hand where the right hand didn't land straight on the chin. Like, it came from the side and, hit him in either the temple, hit him from the side. And just, little things like that, where the punch is going to come from affects if the guy sees it, how he's able to block it, how it's going to hit him, how he's going to be affected. And the dude just fucking slick bombed on him. Yeah, that was early on too.
He beat him up. It was nice.
First round. Yeah, good shit, man. I like seeing it from Randy Brown.
Oh, he did get performance of the night. That's good.
Yeah.
So you got that little bonus there.
Yeah. Let's see. Neither one of these guys ranked coming into it now.
No.
So
you probably give him somebody ranked.
Let's see. Yeah, because I mean, he's kind of been up and down. You know, he
lost to Della
Maddalena,
beat Turman.
He did come back and beat Wellington Turman. So I want to say, yeah, because before the Jack Della Maddalena fight, what was he looking like? He had been on a little bit of a run.
Ronaldo beat Chaos Williams.
Yeah, he was good.
Looking, I mean, yeah, you could. I mean,
yeah, he was on a bit of a streak. He kind of fell back to JDM, but dude, Jack Della Maddalena's shown that he's not no fucking punk.
Yeah. No.
So I mean, getting submitted by that guy is not the worst thing that could happen to you, especially turn around and get on a little 2-fight win streak.
Right.
So yeah, man. I mean, Maddalena's got a fight coming up too, because I think he's still ranked if memory serves. Let me see. And then what we got over here, welterweight division style. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't throw him nobody like Neil Magny or anything. I mean, Holland's taken. What's Michael Chiesa got going on?
Nothing.
Yeah, Michael Chiesa not had a
retirement.
Hot fucking minute, man. I'm a big Chiesa fan, dude. I love that guy. I watched him on The Ultimate Fighter. It was really cool seeing that dude get the dub. You know, his dad passed away early on.
He got pieced up by Holland, didn't he? Yeah, he got choked out, didn't he?
Yeah. Holland fucked him up, and then Holland like talked shit. He was like, if Neil Magny was a good fighter, he would have been able to beat him up too. It was like kind of shitty. Like he was kind of talking some mad shit. So I don't know if there's beef there. Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Chiesa. I don't know if he's hurt or if he's on the shelf. I think that'd be a fun fight, though. You know, he's number 14. It'd be kind of like a good way to
introduce you to the top 15.
Randy Brown try to kind of crack back into it and see how he deals with somebody with a kind of grappling prowess. But yeah, no, I think that he deserves a shot next, maybe trying to break into the rankings. Let's see. After that fight
was the Moicano Dober.
Yeah.
So before we even talk about this, I saw where afterwards, like before they got the hand raise and whatnot, Moicano asked Dober. He was like, "Hey, hold on." Okay, never mind. I'm looking over here and it says win. Then over here by him it says decision unanimous.
That's what I was like, with the knockout. I thought that. Yeah.
So Moicano asked Dober before they did the hand raise. He said, "Hey, how much did you weigh today?" He said 180 on fight day.
Said that? I believe it. That's a big fucker, dude. Big blockheaded son of a bitch, dude.
Moicano was like, "Man, fuck you."
Dude, Moicano, that motherfucker is money. I'll say this: was the fight wasn't really that exciting. Like it wasn't a shitty fight.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I was stoked when I heard the announcement. I was like expecting like a blood and guts throughout it.
Yeah, because Moicano is a blood and guts kind of fella.
And so is Dober.
Yeah.
You know, good enough fight. You know, I saw people like saying like Hanato like had a boring fight where like he laid on him and tried to like, you know, and people were arguing that he fought smart. You know, I don't feel like it was boring by any means, but it wasn't exactly what I expected.
Right,
but if Moicano did make up for it in a post-fight interview, dude. Comes out, my father just had a baby at 60-something. Yeah. I'm going to go home and get my wife pregnant. I want to be on the SWAT team and kill bad guys. America's the greatest country on it. He just fucking just kept going. Dude just started dumping it out. He's like, follow me on YouTube, motherfucker. I want to be one of the best YouTubes. I was like, fucking let him run, dude. Money Moicano, let's go, motherfucker.
He actually came out and said something about UFC 300. He was like, me as a YouTuber and as a fan of UFC, 300 is not what it should be.
See, I was going to say something about this. So I saw somebody posted a picture of the card earlier, and it's all the fights except for the main event. And it's like, yo, that's a great card. That is a, like, just straight up, just outside looking, that's a good fucking card. And I remember, like, UFC 300 got announced. We were really stoked about it. We were jacked up. Then, like, they started announcing fights for $299, and we're like, yo, there's going to be two that are that good? And they kept announcing UFC 299 fights, and we're like, hey, put some of those on 300. What the fuck?
I don't know why you don't have Dustin Poirier on 300.
And then people, it kind of seemed like we turned. The narrative became, dude, UFC 300 is gonna suck. They're making 299 too good.
Because I think they're BSing around too much with. They're talking too much about Connor's coming back. Okay, did you watch the trailer for Roadhouse? It's cool.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the reasons he hasn't been fighting. This dude's been worried about Roadhouse.
Yeah,
I don't know how long they've been. And which is more power to him.
Makes sense. Get your bag.
But when they are. Oh, Connor's coming back. Oh, 300. Oh, 299. Oh, wait, Connor's back here on this one. Well, you shouldn't have even announced that.
Yeah.
You should not have said anything about that because now it's like, what are you going to do to fill 300? Because is he coming back? Is that going to excite us? Probably not enough.
That I will say they've painted themselves into a bit of a corner here where the card is great, but because you've done so much like, oh, but what's the main event? You guys have gobbledygookered us.
Yeah,
you guys have the egg on stage.
Yeah,
and every press conference,
there is nothing
beside the egg.
There is nothing unless you did something like out of the blue, such as maybe a Hamzat Chimaev versus The Duplessis. That would be random.
People could bite on that. But yes, you gotta excite people. I saw people getting really upset though, like when they announced the Weili Zhang fight. People were mad. They're like, "Dude, there's too many chick fights on this." I saw a lot of people saying that, and I thought it was satirical. And then I saw a guy that's like a Bellator fighter was like in the comments, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, imagine if halfway through a football game, a fucking chick sport started playing, and then you just had to watch that before the dudes came back out." And it's like people were arguing that like men and women's MMA should be like held on different nights.
I think I did hear something about that.
And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one that's not bothered by it, but I didn't even know that was a thing that people were upset about.
I mean, I don't mind watching Weili Zhang. She's exciting.
She's a motherfucker.
Now, do I like watching them as much as I like the men? Obviously not, because they're not going to get as many knockouts. And I like seeing people get hit a lot. A lot of chicks don't like to get, once they start getting hit, they don't like to get hit.
I do think you're gonna see more violent stoppages with men just because they're larger. There's more mass behind it.
I don't hate.
But dude, fucking Weili Zhang bombs on females, dude.
And I like watching
Rose Namajunas when she knocked Weili out, head kick, dude. Jessica Andrade picking Rose up, slamming her on the neck. You know what I mean? So it's like
Holly Holm's typically exciting.
You can see some gross, brutal stuff with women's MMA.
Isn't Kayla Harrison and Holly Holm on 300?
Yes, that'll be on 300. Because people are upset about that. People are like, "Why are you putting that fight on there?" They're like, "That's a chick's fight," and it's like, it's a fucking fun chick fight.
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about? It's
Kayla Harrison is crazy good.
Yeah, been waiting to see for a long time. Now that one's interesting because it's at 135, and she's never gotten remotely that small.
What I hate is where people are like, if they don't get close to the weight, I'm just not. If they don't make weight, I'm not gonna fight. Then you shouldn't have booked. I'm gonna. If it's me, I don't care. You're getting their money already. Fight him anyway.
You get I think 20 or 30% of the purse. But there's a statistic. It's something like 80%, I think, of the time that somebody fights somebody that missed weight, the person that missed weight wins. It's a weird stat. I don't know the exact number, but it's a pretty. And I didn't realize they gave you that much of an advantage. Clearly, an advantage is going to be an advantage, but it turns out it is a pretty big roll of the dice that you do take because it's two things. They might be bigger, but the biggest thing is they didn't have to deplete themselves and cut weight and feel shitty and shaky and stuff. Now you got to come in and fight.
Well, see, then I would go with fight at a weight class where you don't have to do that as much.
And that's where it becomes a trade-off. I think that they should just do like same-day weigh-ins. I don't see like what the difficulty would be about that. Like when I did the amateur boxing fight, we just weighed in before we fought. Like I didn't cut weight. Now I didn't eat that morning. I tried to like go in clearly like as light as I could
because if they're weighing in on Friday or Thursday, whatever day it is, and they're 150 fighting at 155. They're weighing in 155, and then come fight day, he's 180 pounds. That's stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, it's dumb.
Well, and it literally creates a system where everyone has to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting a bunch of dudes 30 pounds heavier than you, and it just kind of becomes like you have to do it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be at a disadvantage. But now you have to. I wish that, and I get that. I guess like if they did same day weigh-ins and a guy misses weight, now you're fucked. Maybe like now, but like have an alternate. Have two guys weigh in as alternates. If no one's cutting weight and dudes are just kind of showing up, maybe make it. I don't know. I guess
that's one thing I like about Colby. He doesn't cut a lot of weight, and he says that. I'm fighting at my natural weight class. He fights at Izzy fights at his natural weight class. He don't have to cut that much.
Izzy doesn't really cuts a whole lot.
He fought at 205, but he was under the 205 limit by like 8 pounds.
Yeah,
or something
but you saw how that went for him though. Against a dude that was that much larger.
Yeah,
because he cuts weight. And because Izzy didn't want to cut weight, now you're going to use the guy that's that much. Also, that's the role. That's where you put yourself.
It's true, but then
now, granted, that's a champion. You're fighting Jan Blachowicz. It's not.
And
just
you're you don't do good on your back. You don't do good when you get took down.
But shit, even on the feet, he wasn't able to do that much with Jan. Surprisingly enough, it's just at the end of the day, to some degree, it's just physical science. Like it's just mass versus mass, and like you know what I mean. That's like true. There's some big dudes that you'll just hit with everything, and they don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? And it's just. That's why I don't know. It's weird. It's a shitty system. Now I don't know when it comes to Kayla. You know when she fought in PFL, it was 155.
Right.
You know she cut to like 45 once I think, but like she's not fought at 35. Even in the Olympics, she was at like 170 in the Olympics.
So she's fighting at 130.
135 against Holly.
Yeah, and I just
you know what I mean. There's a big start of that. Now I don't know why they wouldn't have. This is just me talking here. Just me talking. Why don't you do Holly versus Kayla at 145 for the vacant 145-pound women's belt? on UFC 300, you add another title fight to the mix. You extend it again. You know what I mean? You
Makes
could even
sense.
make that the first one of the title fights. It could be like the second fight on the main card. Put it before Weili. Put it before the BMF belt, which I don't know if this is just me. Kind of a little bit fucked up that Weili, the actual belt,
right,
is before the BMF belt.
Yeah.
Just because they're.
And I guess that goes back to the people want to see people slugging bones more than they want to see a champion.
I don't. It's just,
but no, it's not right.
That was weird for me because I don't know. I don't put a ton of stock into the BMF belt. I don't hate it as much as some people hate it.
I don't hate it.
Maybe I'd feel different if I liked the fight more. I think that I still don't love the Max versus Gaethje fight. Like, I don't hate it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fan of dudes fucking each other up. I said that a minute ago.
What if Max wins? What I mean by this some strength.
I'd love to see it, and I don't even hate Gaethje. I like Max, and I don't want to see Max get fucking
beat up,
ragdolled on. You know, not even really ragdolled, just like thumped. And Max being so tough that he just does not go down, and we just see Max get thumped on again,
like he did, like Gaethje did to Tony Ferguson,
like he did to Tony Ferguson, and kind of like Dustin Poirier did to Max, but like a blend of those two fights. And I don't know, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I would like to think that it doesn't, but I don't know. That's a tough matchup. I'm excited to see it, but I don't know. And again, it's still weird that it's not a real title and it's the co-main event.
Right.
So it's like.
So then that would lead me to think that the co-main would not be a already champion. That's what leads me to think that it's going to be this.
It has to be a larger thing.
This 165 belt.
Yeah,
because you're giving up. You're putting it before an actual belt. Then you're putting
to put an actual belt above the BMF belt would be weird at that point.
Right. Yes, because now you're going belt, not real belt. Belt again.
Yeah. So you almost have to top BMF with like the next like pro wrestling gimmick.
There you go, yeah.
What's the next? The new division, new something. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm excited. I thought he's been supposed to have dropped it. I thought we got to oil him up if he didn't. I've been hearing a bunch about if he didn't release it by a certain date. Because he's putting some wool on it. Because
everybody's been saying, "Oh, Danny said he's announcing it tomorrow," and this has been like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I just don't think he has.
I don't just saying he said he's going to say it.
I don't think this dude even has a plan yet for 300. He's still trying to work something out. Like now something that I did see was, oh god, there was actually two things. It was Nate Diaz versus Conor for 165 for the trilogy.
I'm here for that.
I seen something that was. Khabib comes back and fights somebody at 165.
I saw Khabib GSP rumors flying up.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I don't think
I didn't see GSP, but I did see Khabib versus somebody.
Yeah. I saw Ali Abdelaziz was like tweeting some shit about how Khabib could come back and like win 165 and then fight for the 175-pound belt and like we'd be like double, triple champ or some shit like that.
I'm assuming he's training and coaching people.
I would assume, I'd assume he's still.
He could beat Islam.
Yeah.
I know he could on the ground. Islam even said he could, but not with the
hands. I don't see them fighting. I don't see them fighting though. I feel like they handle that respect differently. I feel like if they fought anywhere they'd want to fight in a gym or something. I don't see them because Khabib, even the way that he kind of like passed it down.
Damn! Oh no!
Ain't that about a bitch? Let's see what's happening.
We're still going.
Okay, yeah, we still moving. But yeah, man, no, some exciting shit. We spiraled a bit there.
Sorry,
Renato Moicano, man. Fun little post fight. That's how you make yourself marketable,
right?
You know what I mean? You don't tell everybody to fuck off and not ask you any questions. You go there and say something about like your dad busting loads and you're fucking.
My dad had his kid at 62. Like, damn, he's still doing that.
Yeah. Watch out, dude. Fucking Moicano cannon, brother. Fucking.
That's funny. It's funny.
Oh shit! So main event, Nasruddin Imavov.
It was a bunch.
Dolidze.
So one thing that I did not like about this, there's too much action outside the ring. Chris Curtis and him flipping off. That's too much. Just dude, call him out on Twitter. Call him out over in a media. That back and forth trying to cause issues is stupid. The dude either because Chris Curtis was with Roman, wasn't he?
Yes, it was in Roman.
See, okay, your buddy loses. That happens. The shit happens. That's not. He should have done more to win the decision. 100%. I mean, you don't let it go to the judges. Is all I got to say. But you doing all this flipping off while he lost, It's just stupid. It's too much,
Yeah.
man. I like Chris Curtis.
They had a fight.
Yeah.
Imavov and Curtis.
Yeah.
And there was an issue with a headbutt, if I'm not mistaken. It either led to a cut. Something had happened, and they had to stop the fight. It was Imavov, I want to say, had headbutted Curtis. Yeah, could not continue.
Second round. So we were literally a minute and a half off from the fight going to the judges, because I think it's after halfway through the fight or halfway through the second round they do a.
Yeah, which is weird because this is 3 minutes and 4 seconds into it, so I would assume they would have gone.
Or either that's 3:04 left.
Well, the other ones are like 5 minutes.
That's true.
Let me see here.
Time 3:04. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it had to be all the way through the second round.
Full fight. It doesn't. Yeah, method could not continue. So yeah, it looks like they just did a no contest on it. And so then whenever he throws the illegal strike on Dolidze,
which should not have been illegal. It should not. And I'm glad. I know that they're talking about. Apparently, they're supposed to vote on it within the next couple months.
Yeah. Now that'll be one state passing it. I think it's or maybe it's like a. I'm not sure. It's not going to be like a worldwide,
right.
Like immediately
it
done
should.
thing.
Because I think it was the card before this. It's I don't know which one of the commentators was saying. They're like, oh, his hands are down, and the other one was like, he can't force his hands down. Yeah. He's trying to hold himself down on the ground. He can get kicked all he needs to be.
That was Cruz and DC were going back and forth about it. I'm trying to remember who the guys were, but there was an issue.
I'm pretty sure DC was like, well, he's down, and Cruz was like, he can't try to make himself be down.
Here's my thing with that, though. Cruz is arguing it from the point of a fighter that's annoyed with dudes doing this kind of stuff. And DC is kind of arguing it more like, well, the letter of the law says if his hand's on the ground, he's on the ground.
And he's right.
And
but I think
I do think that a change, like, if you had the change where the knee has to be on the ground, that's fair. Because now if you're willing to go to your knee to avoid getting kneed, you've kind of let the dude take you down, maybe not necessarily all the way, but you're going to put yourself in a really shitty grappling position instead of putting yourself in a stalling.
And I think what the new rule said was anything other than the hands, anything other than the palm of the hands and the bottom of the feet touches the mat, he's a downed opponent. The palm of your hands can be on the ground.
Yeah, so your elbow would have to be on the ground, or your knee, your forearm, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
you can't, and like, because I know the current rule is like the ball of your foot has to be on the ground. Like it can't be if the ball is up.
Yeah.
Then it's legal, but if the ball's down, it's not legal, or some weird shit like that.
Yeah, I've not seen anything about the feet, but I've definitely seen like some places it's the fingertips if his fingers are on it, but then some places the palms. Like you can't just touch with your fingers. Your both hands have to be, and it's just like, and like being different state by state makes it tough.
The rule now apparently is like you said, like it's if his hands touch the ground, he's a downed opponent. But then apparently a sub rule is like, but he can't be trying to hold himself down or something. Yeah, and that's so
it's
stupid.
Weird too, because how do you prove where the force is coming from in the fight?
When Dominic Cruz was saying it, I was like, this dude is, because he would come up and then he was like trying to force himself back down.
Yeah,
I was like, bro,
well, because the other guy, I can't remember who the fighters were. If I'm remembering correctly, though, the guy that was striking was lifting him up to throw the knees and trying to hit him while it was done. And then it becomes, people are like, well, that's bullshit. He's picking his hands up so he can hit him. And it's like, okay, but if you're allowed to play the game by putting your hands on the mat, he should be allowed to play the game by picking your hands up and hitting you. You know what I mean? If we're doing this, so it's weird. It's a rule that's kind of been causing some shit for a minute.
What other fighting organization allows you to get
one FC? You can full blown bomb with the knees, son.
Anytime.
There might be some rules against it, but I've watched a couple fights where they were letting them bitches go, dude. Pride used to let you knee. Pride, you could soccer kick to the head. Pride, dude, Vanderlei Silva will jump over your guard and stomp you in the fucking nose, dude. That was terrifying kind of, dude. But that's a wild rule set, dude. But I think that you can soccer kick in one. I want to say I've seen dudes get dropped on the feet, and then the dude just goes to kicking him in the side of the head.
Even while he's like,
know? Dude, you imagine fighting. You've seen like the old videos of Jose Aldo fighting and like those like Brazilian shit where like he had some soccer kicks. Videos of Jose dropping dudes and just ripping those pit bull legs against you. Oh my god, that shin bone, dude. I don't know. I do agree. I hope to see something happen, but it's just a thing where like how quickly will it become state or nationwide, and then
it's
like they travel outside of the United States,
it shouldn't
still
be
apply
different in different places. It'll be one rule throughout.
And I get where the UFC likes to put power into the athletic commissions, because then it's like, we can't make our own little funky shit. We can't have our own judges to where we can pay them off. But it's like, then to some degree though, you let the commissions be shitty. You know what I mean? You know that if you go to Texas, you're going to get a fight judged differently than if you go to California, than if you go to Nevada. And like, I don't know. For me, when the sport is this big, you kind of do need some unified stuff. Which, granted, there are certain unified principles to it, but we just kind of need a more collective understanding and shit like 12 to 6 elbows. Like, we kind of, the meeting they had when they set all the rules and John McCarthy sat down with like lawmakers and everybody all came together in the athletic commissions and they made, like, we need a new one, like a reformation of like, okay, 12 to 6 elbows don't hurt that much differently.
You shouldn't be in call.
Let's put those in. Hey, your knee has to be on the ground actually for you to be a downed opponent. Now, granted, this was brought up. There's still dudes kneeing motherfuckers with their knees on the ground. Like, Johnny Walker had his knee on the ground. Petr Yan, when he kneed Aljo, like, dudes will still fuck up. But I think it makes more sense. Because when you see a dude get kneed when the knee's on the ground, you're like, oh, dude, you're fucking up. When I see a guy get kneed, though, and there's a hand thing, I'm like, it's one of these.
But and what's weird is it's like, okay, if your knee's down the ground, you can knee him anywhere but the head. And it's like, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I get that too, a little bit.
I think, man, I don't even.
If Petr Yan hauls up on his toes and drops a knee into your floating rib, like, you're not gonna love that, Granted, you have the opportunity to be able to like try to fight through that versus you eat a knee to the temple there,
and then
that's pretty rough.
You turn on your acting skills a little bit.
Hey, just shine it up a little bit. But it's just like,
I can't see power. But I'm gonna go do an interview afterwards.
It's like the way that you knee and kick. Like, if the head's up higher, you gotta stretch to get it up there. Now you're losing some of that power. Some of the most power you can get is if a guy's just there on the ground. Like, the only time I've ever knocked someone unconscious in my life, I kicked a dude in his head, but I hit him in his chest and he fell on the ground. This is just a street fight. And he had fallen on the ground. As he was trying to get up, I just ran up and fucking kicked this dude, but I threw it like a leg kick. So it was just like, because that's where his head was. But dude, my shin landed so flat. I couldn't head kick a guy and knock him out. I would tear my nutsack open if I tried to kick you in the head right now. But if you're on the ground, brother, watch out. Because when I did it to him, he fucking died, dude. That guy stiffened up and shit. I thought I killed that kid. But what I'm saying is, it definitely helps people to kick someone when they're on the ground. You can just fucking throw heat into it, Now, right. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how the rules go. We'll see how it comes out and how it passes around. Dana really hasn't, I don't feel like, come out and said anything specifically about like their intentions to change any kind of rules on their end. And again, I don't really know how much power they have to change that on their side, or if that's completely with the athletic commissions. But I don't know, man. Honestly, dude, with Imavov, I mean, in terms of like next match, give him Chris Curtis. Y'all fought once. Shit didn't get to y'all. Clearly, still have something.
Is Chris Curtis ranked? I thought he was.
Chris Curtis. He just fought like a
number 13.
Yeah, number 13. Oh, where's Imavov? He's higher than that then. So he might not would want to fight down. But I feel like, man, you guys got
number 11.
Dude, you guys got unfinished business.
Yeah,
y'all need to run that one back. Y'all flipping each other off in shit cage side. I don't hate that matchup at all. I like Chris Curtis. I know that people are starting to turn on him.
I like Chris Curtis.
People are starting to say like he's only famous because he's Sean Strickland's buddy.
True. I knew Chris Curtis before Sean Strickland.
Yeah, same. And I guess he's kind of bad about blocking people on Instagram. I don't really know. He don't have me blocked. I don't fucking I don't comment stupid shit on his page.
Better not have me blocked.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, people will like run meme pages. They'll talk mad shit about a fighter, and then that fighter will block them because they're
this famous man just blocked me. You don't want to hear my criticism. Well, I don't
like, man, they gotta want to like lay in your negativity all goddamn day.
Right.
And you, some fucking slob, to tell him how much of a pussy he is because he couldn't keep fighting after he got headbutted, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, I bet he did block you because you're a fucking piece of shit. And then they're like, that fucking pussy blocked me. He couldn't take the heat. It's like, was that it? Was that he couldn't take the heat, or he just wanted to, like, I don't know, live his life?
Right.
I feel like people are kind of turning on Chris. They're mad at him. The last fight he had really wasn't that exciting, and now there's this stuff, and they're trying to kind of paint it like he's a crybaby or something. But Dude, honestly, that's the fight to make.
Yeah.
In terms of Imavov.
And then if not, you go. I mean, he's number 11. I don't know what rank Dolidze was. I think he was like 12 or something.
Dolidze was 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so you're going to give him at least. So he's going to become at least number 9.
No, Dolidze was 8. Dolidze was 8.
He's going to be at least.
Will move up. That's crazy. Dolidze was on a little street there, dude. And this was not a good show.
So that's it. 185, right?
Yeah, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board, dude. This was because he came into this. Damn, I guess I didn't realize that he had just lost to Hermanson or Vittori.
I didn't either.
Lost a unanimous decision in the 3-rounder. I need to go back and rewatch that to see if
he beat Hawes, he beat Hermanson, he beat Dawkins, he beat Tripoli.
These were like in
21, 22, 22. Yeah, I mean,
because he bombed on Dawkins, fucked Hawes all the way up, and when he beat Hermanson, he put him in that motherfucking John Cena lock. He, like, speaking of pro wrestling, he hit him with put him like an STFU. He had him in a calf slicer and used the calf slicer to pin Jack onto his belly and TKO'd him from there. It was a weird, just awkward position that he put him in. It was in the second round,
and now he's lost.
Yeah, 2 losses.
So they're gonna have to give him somebody easier
because he was on the top of the world, dude. He started piping Cheyenne Velismus. Big dubs there. You know what I'm saying? Big props to my guy. And PPVs, he ruined that guy's whole life. So it's things were going decent for my man Roman Dolidze, and then man, not a great performance last night.
So I mean, you give Imavov. I mean, you could give him Brendan Allen. He's number 7. If you don't give him, let him get Chris Curtis again.
I really like that Chris Curtis fight, man.
I mean, they should fight because it didn't go through all the way.
Exactly, and that was also the last.
I like that
fight
guy a lot too.
Happened.
I actually really like watching him fight.
Yeah, Borralio,
Caio Borralio.
Yeah, Borralio. That's a weird one to say.
It is.
Yeah, man, he's number 15. You might I don't know if you'd go back that far for Roman Dolidze, but yeah, he definitely needs to kind of maybe take a bit of a step back.
You might give him Paul Craig or you give him Jack Hermanson.
He already beat Jack. Hermanson's booked. He fights next
and he already beat Jack.
Yeah.
So Paul Craig or Anthony Hernandez.
Anthony Hernandez is booked for 300.
So then it had to be Caio.
Alaskarov. So yeah, you might give him Caio. I don't know if you would give him somebody unranked, but I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think if there's anybody really, really hot right now at 85 that's unranked. Maybe somebody could get
Piper.
Well, Piper's fighting Hermanson next week.
Well, I mean, yeah, being the case, you could wait 2 months.
Yeah, depending on how that one comes out. But yeah, I don't know. Whoever they give him, they do need to. I don't know. Take a bit of a step back. It seemed like he got hurt in the first round and just never really fully shook back. Yeah. Scoring was weird.
It was
a majority decision. I don't know who gave Roman. I mean, I guess you could have given him a round, maybe 2. I don't know. It was. I didn't see any that he clearly.
Yeah, no, I didn't see.
When it went to the scorecards, I wasn't expecting any draws to be.
No, absolutely not.
At all. So
no, I was Imavov the whole time, and
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Overall,
it really wasn't a bad card. It was just
not a bad card.
Not a whole lot of.
When you have a main event and co-main event both go to decisions,
and it's people that
aren't a little bit lackluster through it, it's just kind of tough. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's you expect so much, and then the Drew Dober Renato Moicano fight doesn't really deliver as much, and then you got to watch 25 minutes of The first round was fun, but there's a lot of just clinch work in the Dolidze fight, and there was fun moments where he was trying to go for submissions, but it was just he was just always kind of a level down to step behind. Yeah. I don't know. I like Dolidze. I picked him to win. I thought that he was going to kind of come out here and put some work in. He's been such a brute force kind of guy, and I thought that and I know that Imavov's. I mean, he's a sniper for sure. I thought Dolidze had a decent chance at making something happen, but yeah, you can't win them all. Bad out of the office, could have had a shitty weight cut, just.
The card itself was not bad. I just, and if it was me, I'd try to put one. I'm gonna say star, somebody that talks a lot or somebody that is a little more well known, at least a little more well known on these cards that just don't have a lot of star power on it. It's just pump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Drew, like you said, the Drew Dober and he's kind of, I mean, him and Moicano.
That one for me felt like a good matchup to have had.
You have it co-main, and then it didn't deliver like it should have, and it's like, oh man, that was the chance to keep the card kind of popping.
Yeah,
and then
maybe they felt like they did that with Molly McCann too. You know, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like double-edged sword. Do you want more cards, but you'll have to have some lesser quality on the cards, or do you want less cards, maybe a fight card once a month, twice a month, but every card is pretty stacked?
No, I think I'd rather have more.
All cards. You know what I mean? Because again, like, so dude, it could be high school kids fighting. I just like watching people hurt each other. So it's like, I'm down for more cards, and you could also have a shit card in terms of, like, on paper there's nobody, and dude,
and then
be
come out and everybody's knocking
one of the best fight. Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm not as upset. I just kind of have to go into the fight card knowing, hey, this is just another card. Like, I don't know who the fuck is fighting next weekend outside of the main event. I've not really seen much on it, so I don't really know.
Check that out real quick.
Come on now.
Look there, hit events.
Yeah. What's that? Okay, let me know. Talk to me now.
Oh, Pfeiffer and Hermanson.
Yeah, that is
so I mean, that's a banger. I like Pfeiffer and I like Hermanson. Be like Joe Pfeiffer.
Right, I fuck
Be Joe Pfeiffer.
And he's been coming in, dude. He's been doing his thing. He's a very physical guy.
That's gonna be some shit there, son.
God damn, that's a good fight. That's a good fight.
Ilya Topuria.
Who else we got? So right. Joe Pfeiffer.
Danny Gay-Feely. I'm there for that.
Shit,
I'm there at the bang.
Fun little fight there.
Duraev. I don't mind Duraev.
Robert.
Okay.
Kurchek. Brad Tavares.
I like that.
Shit, dude. RoboCop.
Michael Johnson, Darius Flowers. There for it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Adolfo Bieta.
Petrosian. There for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Midland's got Trevin Giles. I like him. I don't really know the Demir. Luke Boonme.
Hey, dude. Hey, she's a little badass.
Devin Clark. I know him.
Dude, Devin Clark, you remember when he got, like, all of his teeth knocked out and that fucking, like, or they were broken in half? They were broken in half or they were jammed up in his head.
Max Griffin. I like Max Griffin versus Jeremiah
Wells. Okay, yeah.
Zach Palga. He's from the Ultimate
Fighter. Bogdan Guskov. This guy seems really familiar. I don't know where I've seen that guy.
It looked like Anthony Smith, just with no tattoos.
Yeah, man. This
Marcos. Ariki Lang. I like Ariki Lang.
Yeah, dude. Okay, yeah, fun little fight night.
That one's got a multitude of people who are like to fight.
I do feel like this is a better card overall.
I mean, you got a well-known Michael Johnson. Brad Tavares is always there. You got Danny Gay and Touchy Feely. Touchy Feely. He's there to bang.
Yeah,
Touchy Feely's there.
And Joe Pfeiffer not ranked.
He's not. So if Body Bags Joe Pfeiffer wins, hey, he's top 10.
Yeah, and yeah, dude, three finishes.
Yeah,
2 knockouts. Got the sub. Yeah, man. No, he's
when you can keep your wins away from decisions, you just get catapulted up to the top.
Oh yeah, and especially with Dana, dude. That's the way.
He don't want you to be
the way that ball.
Don't let it go to a decision.
Which, I mean, like, that's a perfect example, dude. I mean, he called the shot, brutalized the guy in the Contender Series, talked his fucking shit. Dana liked it enough.
Showed up when he's hey, can you show up on 2 days' notice? I'm there.
Yeah.
Made weight.
They said that Dana, I don't know if he, like, bought him a house or some shit, but, like, I've heard that Dana, like, really took care of him, like helped him out. He was kind of on some hard times. They said that he came out and said that Dana really helped him out a lot. So
that's cool.
That's dope. It's dope shit. It's good to see in a world of news that's just about fighter pay being bullshit.
Which it is.
It's good to see Garimba Thimbo get a fucking house from The Rock. It's good to see Dana White hooking that boy Joe Pfeiffer up. So,
hey, but listen here, Garimba, I think he said he had $7 in his bank account. I got less than that, so you can hook me up.
Hey, real shit, Dwayne Johnson. Come on, man. How did that even happen? Was he just like hanging out? When were they around each other? And he was like, "I'm poor, dude." And he was like,
I think he made a video or something of him training, like where he's from. Okay. And then he came over and he got a chance, and it was like, "Oh, come over here. All I got $7. That's it."
Yeah.
Took everything I had to get over here.
That's what Dwayne Johnson had in his account. Like, that's why, like, his movie company's like $7 or $7.
Oh, yeah.
Entertainment or some shit like that. He had like $7 in his account. So he's like, "Yo, I gotta buy this guy a house now." Clearly, that's the next step. But
right, Dwayne, he's crazy. He's funny.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Decent little card. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for Friday. I guess try to figure out how we'll we'll work that.
I don't even know what time it starts.
I don't either. I need to look into try to figure out some more stuff. I doubt we'll go like live. We'll probably just record live reactions, edit out whatever dead space is in there. But yeah, I'll figure out some more information tonight on how long the card is. But
now one thing let's talk about the Hebos Namajunas. I don't like when they make main events women not being a title fight.
I mean, even for like a fight night, bugs you?
Because if they don't show up, which some women have a tendency to not show up, I've never seen. Oh, I can't say that. Can't say that. Never mind. I don't know. These two girls, they typically show up, so I'm with that.
This matchup for sure.
But if it was other women, which there are some men that just don't show up either, but it's like I've seen more women fight of them just not show up and just kind of stand there, look at each other, and just kind of move back and forth. And it's like, God, you can't make this a main event. It's so tough. Because then it's like people are booing, they're hating on you, which, I mean, it is what it is. People are going to hate regardless, but.
Well, see, it's tough because, like, this fight here, not near as upset about it.
Right.
Versus, like, Maida Buena Silva versus Raquel Pennington. Not near as, like, exciting of a matchup. You know, like, who knew that that's how the fight was going to really play out?
Right.
But this is the fight that
Rose didn't, what was that, the last fight she didn't show up in?
Was that the Carla Esparza fight?
Yeah.
Was the last match?
I think so.
No, she had Fiora. She came back.
She got beat up by Fiora.
Damn. Yeah. I forgot she lost that.
I did too. I forgot that.
Lost the decision.
So Esparza, the Esparza one.
Yeah, so she's kind of coming off of 2 fights, really not really showing up, I guess, as much as she had before. I need to watch
the Esparza. She did not show up for.
No, that was tough. And that was bad on both of them. You know, it takes 2 to tango.
Right.
That fight was kind of shitty across the board. I don't know. God damn, I got something in my ass fucking me up like a chemical. I keep like wiping it.
I see it.
I'm fucking destroyed right now, brother. God. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
That fucker's cracked right now, though.
Chicks in my fucking eye. Just like the MMA, I don't know. The woke mob fucking. I'm getting hit with some purple haired girls hitting with her fucking mace through the TV screen right now. I didn't even say this shit. I didn't say shit about them. I like ladies. Son of a bitch. No. I don't know, man.
I hope it'll be a good fight. Hebos.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that one.
She's a fighter. Rose ain't even ranked anymore.
Bro, there's no way.
Look, number 8.
Oh, that's because she's at flyweight. That is right. Moved up to 125. I was tripping. Yeah, so she's still number 8 pound for pound. I guess maybe I don't know if they don't have a strawweight ranking for her anymore. Yeah, I was like, okay, there's no way, bro. Y'all, that's absolute disrespect to my girl Rose's name if we're doing that.
Right.
But I guess if she's only had one fight at the weight class since moving back up to it, and then she lost that one to Fioro, it makes sense. But going against Amanda Hebos, number 8, she kind of still has the opportunity to break into it.
Mm-hmm.
Off name alone, she'll have that opportunity for a minute. I don't see them putting her against like another unranked chick.
Right.
But no, man, that's a fun one, dude. A bunch of really fun cards coming up. That boy Dana's cooking. People are upset with him about announcing a bunch of fights.
It's 300. They need to go ahead and get this over. Go ahead and announce it and just tell us what it is so we can.
I'm ready for both cards to be out, 299 and 300, so we can like sit down and like do a top to bottom, like what is the better card? Did they rob Peter to pay Paul?
Right.
Kind of do a little compare contrast, especially now that Dustin Poirier BSV's back.
Get fucked up.
Get fucked up, son. Get fucked up, bro. Get fucked up. Let's call it. Let's call it. Can't continue, dude. Can't fucking continue. I'm like his Razee, dude. I'm like 11 seconds in, dude. Could not continue. No contest, bro. Taking the judges' scorecards, I'm out, brother. Taking the judges' scorecards, I'm out, brother.
Oh, man. But, hey, you guys drop a follow, subscribe, hit that bell, throw some comments down there. We'll answer any comments. We hope to do like some Q&As at some point in time. That'd be the thing to do.
Yeah, a little mailbag episode or some shit on one of these weeks. We don't have anything going, but we need some Q's to have some A's.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Can't do one without the other, brother.
Yep, absolutely.
But hell yeah.